Today's the Panchama Veda class with this mantra. Tavo kathamritam tapta jivanam kavi viriritam kalmashapaham sravana mangalam srimadatam bhuvi grinanti e Bhurida Janaha. In our previous classes on 9th, we have read and discussed God alone is real and all else is illusory. Next class on 16th of this month, Sri Ramakrishna said, God is both inside and outside. And today we are going to discuss, and today's topic is go beyond both knowledge and ignorance. So there is a very interesting way these discussions are going, and Master Masha, he is recording it. He is recording the account of the Sunday, September 14, 1884. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting in his room with Narendra, Bhavanath, the Mukherjee brothers and other devotees. Rakhal was staying with Balaram at Vrindavan and was laid up with an attack of fever. Narendra was preparing himself for his coming law examination. This description has no connection with that way with Sri Ramakrishna's advices. But why he is giving the description? Because we should be ready with the situation. We should understand the situation. Rakhal we know for a long time. Now about him, the Master Masha is giving us the information that he is living in the Vrindavan with another devotee, the Balaram, and he is not keeping well. Narendra is preparing for his final law examination and all this. Now he is telling about 11 o'clock, Gyan Babu arrived. He was a government official and had received 4 university degrees. So think of it, in those days 4 university degrees means he was truly a very learned person. And Sri Ramakrishna, the man who used to go again and again, time and again into the Samadhi, look at his behavior, how normal he is. The person who was nothing but God, the person who is the highest form of the Avatara, and who used to go again and again into the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, look, so normal he is. Master, at the sight of the Jnana Babu, this sudden awakening of knowledge. You know, the Sanskrit word Jnana means knowledge. So, Sri Ramakrishna is making fun with the name of the gentleman, and he knew him well. So, because Jnana is coming, Jnana Babu, the person whose name is Jnana, the moment he is coming, and he said in that way. Jnana, smiling. You must admit, sir, that one sees the awakening of knowledge as a result of very good fortune. So that was the relation between the Sri Ramakrishna and his devotees. Master smiling, you are Jnana, then why should you have Ajnana, ignorance? Oh, I understand. Where there is knowledge, there is also ignorance. So this is the beauty of the Sri Ramakrishna. From very ordinary conversation, sometimes the joking, leg pulling, and immediately taking the whole conversation to the highest spiritual level. He is telling, your name is Jnana, but why there is Ajnana? Then he himself is giving the answer, oh, I understand. Where there is knowledge, there also is ignorance. The sage Vashishta was endowed with great knowledge, and still he wept at the death of his sons. Vashishta Muni, he gave the wonderful that conversation between Sri Ramachandra and the Vashishta, Yoga Vashishta Sara, the highest book of the Vedanta, the supreme Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta, where only the consciousness is remaining and nothing else. Knowing that knowledge, he knew that knowledge, but still he was crying for his son who passed away. Why he should cry? Because the Jagat, this universe, this world is nowhere. How it is possible? But ignorance remains along with the jnana. Now Sri Ramakrishna is telling, therefore I ask you to go beyond both knowledge and ignorance. Therefore I ask you, go beyond both knowledge and ignorance. This is the speciality of Sri Ramakrishna. We always talk about the knowledge, the jnana. But jnana means what? The moment you have that jnana, you have that ignorance also. So go beyond both. What will happen? You will merge into that truth. Then there will be no that knowledge or ignorance. And suppose we are going to know about a king. And when you go to know about the king, we know so many good things about the king, some bad things also, about his property, about his wealth, about his might and all this. But if you become king, then you will know everything and you will go beyond this. You need not to go and inquire how much wealth he is having and this and that, because you will be the owner of everything. That is the indication Sri Ramakrishna is giving. Therefore I ask you to go beyond both knowledge and ignorance. Then he is beautifully explaining, the thorn of ignorance has pierced the sole of a man's foot. You know, in the villages, something, if the thorn is there sticking the blade, that they will take out another thorn. You know, thorny bushes are there. And with the help of another thorn, they will take out the first thorn, the piercing in his feet, and then throw both. So giving that example, he is telling, the thorn of ignorance has pierced the sole of man's foot. He needs the thorn of knowledge to take it out. Afterwards, he threw away both thorns. The Jnani says, this world is a framework of illusion. But he who is beyond both knowledge and ignorance describe it as a mansion of mirth. Majar Kuti in Bengali they say, mansion of mirth. It's full of joy. Why should I be afraid of this? In the beginning, when you are thinking about this, as you were discussing neti, you have to give up, you have to give up. Then at the same time, we are coming to that particular going beyond the both, then it becomes everything is mine. There's no fear at all. So that exactly, when his son is young, he is with the parents, his father has a car, the son will take the key of the car and he will drive, and he is much afraid when the father will come back, and if he comes to know that I was driving. So all this fear is there. He's driving the car, using the car, enjoying the car. But at the same time, fear is there. Why? He is not the owner. And when the father comes, oh, this time I could not resist my desire to drive the car, so I did it and all that. But when he himself becomes the owner of a car, whenever he likes, he can drive. And he's not afraid of it. So fear that is there about this world of losing. So I have realized this, but I do not know what is going to happen next time. So I say, no, don't come to me. So all fear, why? I have realized God, but I know the illusion of God is there outside. So I don't like to once again be bound by that. So these things goes on. When you go beyond this, then what happens? What are the illusions? It is your control. Nothing can do any harm to you. So Sri Ramakrishna is urging us to go to that condition which he has termed as Vijnani. Jnana and Vijnana. The knowledge and beyond knowledge. Or beyond means knowledge and ignorance both have gone. Now the condition is completely fulfilled. I am that. And that is the condition of Sri Ramakrishna. But he who is beyond the both knowledge and ignorance describe it as a mansion of mirth. He sees that it is God himself who has become the universe, all living beings, and the 24 cosmic principles. That is Sri Ramakrishna. And when you know it, you won't hate others. The serving the humanity, that's why Sri Ramakrishna, when you were discussing about the Vaishnava, the religion, the path, and there they say that three things are there. One is that you must do daya, you must show compassion to the fellow beings. In the Vaishnava, the moment he said compassion, we went into samadhi. Sri Ramakrishna went into samadhi. And after coming back from the samadhi, he said, no. How you can show compassion to the another person? Who are you? So seva. Instead of daya, compassion, seva, service to others. Then mind becomes humble. A person becomes humble. I am showing compassion to that person. He is below me. So I am giving him money or clothes and these and that. I am showing compassion. So ego is working. It may work. So he changed that and he said, it's not the compassion, it must be service, Sheva. This Narendranath, Swami Vivekananda, the young boy of 18, 19, he heard that. And immediately he said, oh, what a wonderful idea. As because he was having the background of the scripture, he knew in every being that supreme self is there. How can I then say, I will show compassion to you? Is it possible? So this is Sri Ramakrishna. He said, go beyond these, then you will understand it is nothing but you, it is nothing but the consciousness, it is nothing but the God who has become everything. Now when that is there, who am I to show compassion? What I can do? I can serve. And what will happen if I can do that? It will give benefit to me. My mind will be clarified, pure. So he goes on like this and says, a man can live in the world after attaining God. Then he can lead the life of detachment. In the country I have seen the women, then immediately he is giving the example, and the unique example. And those who have lived, I don't know nowadays in the villages whether still they are having that or not. Previously husking machine, and they used to push one side, then it will go up, then it will fall down, and then breaking the rices. So by that way, he is describing that. Is it in the country I have seen the women of the carpenter families making flattened rice with a husking machine. With one hand on them turns the paddy in the hole, and with the other hand she holds a nursing child. At the same time she talks with the buyer. She says to him, you owe me 2 annas. Last time you do. So that calculation is also going. Paid before you go, but 75% of the woman's mind is on her hand, lest it should be crushed by the pest of the husking machine. That is coming back. So one must be very careful when using the hand and changing the paddy. So that Sri Ramakrishna giving the example and said, a man should do his worldly duties with only 25% of his mind and devoting the rest to God. 25% of his mind should be into the world. That's all. Then that is sufficient. And rest of his mind should go to God. So that is the reason one takes the holy name, the Diksha, so that constantly going on repeating the name of God and remembering God, having the company of God, just by repeating the holy name of God. Sri Ramakrishna is telling here, referring to the Pandit Shashodhar, the master said to the devotees, I found him monotonous, engaged in the dry discussion of philosophy. So we are finding a unique Sri Ramakrishna. He knew the whole knowledge, but at the same time he is telling, the constantly discussing, I am not this body, I am not this mind, whoever is coming, they are discussing that way, and all around people are suffering, no, that is all Maya. This is the very dry type of philosophy what Sri Ramakrishna didn't like. So he wanted us to become completely different. When we joined one of our very senior Swami, he told, you should mold yourself according to the Sri Ramakrishna's ideology. It's a completely different. We are Vedantin. We study Vedanta. We follow Vedanta. Sri Ramakrishna is the embodiment of that also. As Mother Swami Sharadamani Devi said, but at the same time, our Vedanta is little different type. So sometimes I also give a talk, the Vivekananda's Vedanta. This takes us in a different height, where we see the same consciousness manifested in all beings. And standing on that pedestal, Swami Vivekananda declared, my gods are those whom you call ignorant, downtrodden, poor, illiterate. So they are the gods and goddesses. Why? They do not know. Maybe educationally, economically, culturally, they are backward. But within each and every one of them, the manifestation of the Supreme is there. I know that. So they are my gods and they are my goddesses. Serving to the living gods and goddesses. His call is to serve the living gods and goddesses. Millions and millions of dollars we are spending for constructing the building for God. But the living gods are dying all over around. They are not getting the education, not food, not shelter. The small children, they are suffering. But still we don't feel, but we say we are the lovers of God. The Sri Ramakrishna never liked that. That is exactly the teaching he said. He alone who after reaching the Nitya, Nitya means the absolute, can dwell in the Leela, the relative, and again climb from the Leela to the Nitya, has right knowledge and devotion. Right knowledge and devotion. Nitya and Leela. Nitya means the supreme knowledge, and Leela means all the same thing having different forms and names. So I can see the same thing here too. Now what happened is like those who are acting on the stage, I know every one of them. So when they are acting as a king or other things, I can see, oh, he's acting as a king and he's this, he's that. At the same time, when that is over, then I can mix with them as the old friends. So both I am enjoying. But those who doesn't know the players and the actors and actresses, they can come and see, and they see only that much. But that person is a king, that person is a servant, that person is this. So his knowledge is that much. He cannot go beyond that. They are also having another name and they have the family, they have other identity. If you know both, so much joy. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling Leela and Nitya. Leela means all different type of things that is happening, and Nitya, only the knowledge. God is everything and nothing else. But at the same time, same God manifesting in different names and form. And he said, those sages had prema for God. Prema is the rope by which one can reach Satchidananda. Satchit Ananda, this is the terminology of the Brahman. They term Brahman as Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means the knowledge, eternal. Chit is the knowledge, and Ananda the bliss. The existence, knowledge, bliss. But how I am reaching? Through prema. Prema means one-pointed love for God. So whatever I do in that way. The other day, the gentleman who will be giving you talking with you about his travel all over the world, he was mentioning about the Pauhari Baba. Pauhari, Pau means the air. So people used to think that he is surviving on the air because very little he used to eat, and he used to live at the underground one small room. And one thief came one day and he stole something, maybe a blanket or so, and then the sage immediately got up, and thief was afraid, he started running. And when he saw the man is picking up his blanket and running, he took another utensil that he was having, the only utensil, and he chased the thief and, please, wait, you also take this one. So thief was thinking that no, he is coming to catch me and then he will punish me. So he was trying to flee as fast as possible, but this man was also chasing. Must be very good runner because he used to eat very little. So he was chasing and then found him and gave him, and with great honor said, "You are not a thief. You are my God. You have come to me. You have given me this blanket. You have given me this utensil. It is all your gift to me. Now you like to take in the form of a thief. Why should I say no? Please take away. As long as I am having these two palms, I can go and bake. I can take little water from the river and can drink. I don't want anything else. Please take it away, your thing." You know what happened to that thief? He became a monk afterwards. He took initiation from Pauhari Baba. He became a disciple of Pauhari Baba. And who told the story? That same thief who was practicing austerity in the Himalaya. He met Swami Vivekananda and he told him what happened in his life. So this is the way the people turn. I am thinking now in a different way, so I am a thief. The moment I think in a different way, I am a sage. So this is what exactly happens, and Sri Ramakrishna is talking about that, and go beyond this. Then one person has come. Is Master Moshe mentioning him as a sadhaka. Sadhaka means the person who is practicing austerity. So friends, today I will speak for half an hour, and then the one gentleman suddenly has come, is a globe-trotter, and he will be showing us all the places that he has visited, and he will introduce us with a different world, his experience, for another half an hour. So I will finish within 5 minutes. Here the sadhaka, the person who was practicing austerity, he came, he sat in the room of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. His room was always open for everyone, known, unknown, no reservation. So he came and he sat and he is asking, "Sir, what is the way?" You know, asking about the path of God's realization. Even if you go to the northern India, they will be always speaking in that way. So, Swamiji, marg batlaiye. Marg means the way. So, please tell us how to reach to God. Swamiji, marg batlaiye. So, what is the way? Faith in the Guru's words, Sri Ramakrishna said. One attains God by following the Guru's instruction step by step. It is like reaching an object by following the trail of a thread. Sometimes some people will be writing what is the quality of a guru. So they list at least 5 or 6 qualities. The guru should not do like this, guru should not do like that. But then I was searching, has he written anything about the quality of a shishya? No, it is not there. So this is the problem. That no one likes to learn. Everyone wants to teach, but without learning. So this man has come. I will just read the conversation and we will continue this in our next class. He says, sir, what is the way? Faith in the Guru's words. One attain God by following the Guru's instruction step by step. It is like reaching to an object by following the trail of a thread. Then the sadhaka is asking, is it possible to see God? Sri Ramakrishna, this particular portion, we should be very careful. He said, he is unknowable by the mind engrossed in worldliness. Please note, he can be known by another mind, the purified mind. But the mind which is engrossed in worldliness, that is impure. And what is purity? Thoughts of God. What is impurity? Thoughts of the world. That's all. We always think about the purity and impurity. What is purity? The thoughts of God. What is impurity? Thoughts of the world. Selfishness, thinking about this body and mind as the permanent, and then going on developing all this. So he says, he is unknowable by the mind engrossed in worldliness. One cannot attain God if one has even a trace of attachment to lust and gold. But he is knowable by the pure mind. He is knowable by the pure mind and the pure intelligence, the mind and intelligence that have not the slightest trace of attachment. What is purity? Pure mind, pure buddhi, intelligence, slightest attachment with the worldly things. Pure mind, pure intelligence, pure Atman are one and the same thing. This is what Sri Ramakrishna said. Then Sadhaka, he was giving the argument. But the scripture says, from him words and minds return baffled. He is unknowable by mind and words. He is quoting from the Upanishad. From the mind and the speeches are all coming back without knowing him. Sri Ramakrishna, oh stop. One cannot understand the meaning of the scriptures without practicing spiritual discipline. What will you gain by merely uttering the word Siddhi? And there is butter in the milk. Turn the milk into curd, then churn it. Only then you will get the butter. You are going on quoting from the scripture is of no use. Shankaracharya, after describing the whole thing in a beautiful way, and the people who used to quote from different scripture, but he said, Bhag Vaikari, Shabdojhari, Shastra Vyakhyan Kaushalam. There are people who can explain the beautiful way, the meaning of the scripture, but no, they are all entertainers. It has nothing to do with the realization. They are good entertainers. They'll be speaking, and there are many people, the very famous people. Now they are giving all the TV people and all that, they will be going and taking the interviews from them and all that. Very famous people, but they're entertainers. They do not understand truly what it is. So Sri Ramakrishna said, no, not like that. What will one gain by merely quoting or hearing the scripture? One must assimilate them. Friends, I will stop over here, and in the next class I will continue and try to understand what Sri Ramakrishna meant by this. So let us once again offer our respect to Sri Ramakrishna. Then I will invite the showman Swami and Devnath, right?
Swami and Devnath.
And Swami and Devnath. The cyclist, world cyclist, he traveled all over the world. He will speak about that. More than 150 countries he has visited, and he will be showing the places and the people. And of course, the time is very short, half an hour, and that will be wonderful. So let us chant this mantra together. Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Drita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. After his speech and his showing, if you have any question you like to talk to him, I will invite you to have the dinner with us, and he will also go there. You can talk to him. Thank you very much. Om Shanti. 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 Hari Om. Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna. Arpanamastu.
Ashu.